In the previous video, we delved into the life of our bachelor, a lonely man who found women intensely desirable. Now we continue his story. Imagine, if you will, a bachelor who once lived a life of solitude, his heart yearning for the affection of women who were too engrossed in their own lives to notice him. These women, in their prime, were busy fornicating with dashing fellows who mysteriously declined to commit, marrying and then walking out on their husbands, or simply holding out for the perfect man. Our bachelor, on the other hand, was living a life of financial struggle, yet he found these women intensely desirable. Now, as the sands of time have shifted, and these women have lost their youthful looks and are rapidly approaching menopause, they are suddenly showing interest in our bachelor. He, who was once overlooked, is now seen as a desirable companion. But why this sudden change of heart? It seems that these women are now satisfied with the free meals and entertainment our bachelor provides. If he plays his cards right, he may even be permitted to present them with a wedding ring. They are now willing to accept his offer of support for them and the children they had with another man for the rest of their lives. This isn't simply a matter of love or companionship, but rather a strategic move towards achieving financial security. One may wonder why any man would willingly sign up for this. Why would he agree to support a woman and her children, especially when he was not the woman's first choice? It's a question that baffles many. Our bachelor, however, is not as naive as one might think. He, like many other men, has started to see through the facade. He's realized that he was not the kitten these women initially wanted, but rather the cat they've now settled for. This brings us to a poignant statement, one that sums up the bachelor's perspective succinctly. If the kitten didn't want me, I don't want the cat. The Western woman has become the new white man's burden, and the signs are that he is beginning to throw it off. The term Thermidor originally designated the month of the French Revolutionary calendar when the Terror ended. Today, something analogous appears to be happening in the case of feminism. The once fiery and unyielding movement seems to be facing its own Thermidor, particularly evident in the sexual harassment movement. As this movement spreads, the number of men who have not been accused steadily diminishes. Eventually, a critical point is reached where men, initially sympathetic, realize that their innocence does not protect their jobs. They understand that they are no longer safe. Anecdotal evidence suggests that we are reaching this point in many workplaces. Men are developing a self-defensive code of avoiding unnecessary words or contact with women. Picture this. A break room full of merrily chatting male workers lapses into a tense, stony silence as a woman enters. Talk about a hostile work environment. However, there's a more serious development that is garnering attention. It's what has come to be known as the marriage strike. The first occurrence of this term was in a 2002 Philadelphia Inquirer editorial. It was a term that was born out of frustration, out of a growing disillusionment with the institution of marriage and its perceived pitfalls. Fast forward to 2 years later, and a formal study gave substance to the idea. A surprising 22% of American bachelors aged between 25 and 34 have resolved never to marry. An additional 53% say they are not interested in marrying anytime soon. The marriage strike, a term first coined in a 2002 Philadelphia Inquirer editorial, is now a tangible reality with 22% of American bachelors aged 25 to 34 resolved never to marry. As we continue this journey in the next video, we'll delve deeper into this growing phenomenon.